If you ask the pros, what is the best character in the game, they will tell you idiotic things like, oh, it depends on team comp, and oh, what time of the game is it? I call Croc. The only way to determine the best hero in the game is through a 6v6 mono-hero single elimination tournament. That is the only 100% fair way. Today's match?
Haze versus Vyper. Ladies and gentlemen, we are witnessing yet another game of the most fantastical, whimsical championship on planet Earth. It is One Trick Championship, and we are seeing 6 Vypers and 6 Hazes just duke it out. We are here, as always, with a Curse.
Hello.
And with Uni, our lovely observer. Ooh, very good sleep dagger coming in from the Hazes. So, we need to talk a little bit about this matchup and how Hazes interact with the game. So, do you want to spill the beans, or should I spill the beans, Occurs?
Sure. Haze has a weird interaction. This interaction, unlike Eternus' interaction, is really bad for the character. Whenever there are several Hazes and they are all shooting at one person with fixation, each of their fixation stacks will immediately override the other fixations. So, say one Haze shoots an enemy 60 times to get up that stacks. If another Haze shoots that person with stacks, it immediately resets it, which I don't think I need to explain why that's bad, seeing Haze's base DPS.
Thank you.
It'll be a rough matchup for the Hazes. I wouldn't like to call them out yet. I think the Hazes have a lot of avenues. They've been discussing specifically going for a double dagger punch build. The Hazes are still incredible 1v1ers, especially given their sleep daggers can remove stamina. But yeah, it is going to be a little bit of a rough match for the Hazes. We do already see some exchanges though. A dead Haze there, a dead Vyper there. 2 Vypers going down even.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm telling you, the Hazes still have a good chance in this game. Like, I won't count them out. But yeah, the Vypers on the other hand, you know, they're Vipery, they're slithery, they can do whatever they want. I presume some of them are going to go for more spirit-oriented builds. Because if they all go gun build, the Haze can just build metal skin, and that will be a very tough time for the Vipers, right? Metal skin just hard
definitely
counters gun Viper. So hard.
I definitely think we're going to be seeing a lot of metal skins.
Yeah. Both sides. 12 metal skins, 12 metal skins, right?
12 metals. Because both of these characters are very high burst damage bullet characters. And both of their damages are really almost entirely centered on that bullet damage. So, just not really a
big parry
fair
coming in
item
on
to buy.
Saucepan. So many parries happening there. Yeah. It's a funky scenario. Anyhow, what were we saying? Continue, please.
I definitely think that there's not really a better item to counter both of these right now than Metal Skin. Because normally Metal Skin has the issue of if you buy Metal Skin against like a Haze, right, or a Vyper, right? Unless that Haze or Vyper is really fed and is doing most of the teamwork, it's kind of a redundant item for most of the other cast if it isn't really a bullet-centric composition.
You want
But
armor and stuff,
with the
right?
entire team being Hazes, entire team being Vypers, that turns Metal Skin right now from one of the most mediocre, not bad, certainly not bad, but it's a mediocre buy, into probably the best survival buy you can do in this match for both sides.
Yes, without a shadow of a doubt. It's a very, very big boon. Oh, big bola coming in. That's going to be enough damage.
Thank you.
Anyhow, yeah, the Vypers are already going in on lane number 2. And Vypers can deal so much damage even early in the game. With close quarters and hollow point ward, they're already like halving this Guardian. He might even go down very shortly. But yeah, this is the big power that Vypers have.
Yeah, definitely. The Vypers are going to be doing a lot more objective damage than the Hazes, because on top of fixation being bugged with Haze whenever there's multiple Hazes, you also have to consider the fact that fixation doesn't apply to objectives anymore.
Fixation doesn't apply to objectives? I thought it did.
As far as I'm aware, pretty long ago, unless I'm mistaken. Fixation doesn't apply to objectives anymore. It was an incredible nerf for Hazes' objective damage.
Holy-
Long time ago, I believe it was November, maybe.
I guess I almost assumed that it did stuff to objectives. Does it say anything in the item description? But yeah, we do see some of the Hazes have not picked bullet damage on the target. I mean, the easiest thing to see is there any fixation stacks being built? I do see fixation stacks being built on the minions, so I don't know why it wouldn't be built on the objectives. Anyhow, let's talk a little bit about the Hazes strategy. It seems like for laning, one of the Hazes on every single lane has decided to forego using their fixation. So just have one fixation Haze and one other Haze, let's call it, like a sleep dagger Haze, right? Which is a very, very smart technique.
Oh, no one's getting in our range.
The only exception is that mid lane, and well,
We saw what
saw
happened.
how
right?
that mid lane went.
Yeah.
It's not a very good idea to have several fixations on one lane.
And this is gonna be an even bigger problem when we see 6v6 fights.
See Haze.
So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a rough game. We still would appreciate if you watch the game because it boosts our algorithm. Or if you want to compensate, if you're like, I'm not gonna watch this, just go and comment right now and ask a cute question so you can get more engagement and like the video. We would really appreciate it. We don't want to be killed by algorithm because of Yoshi. This is all Yoshi's fault, isn't it?
Yeah, actually, I think the right play here for the Hazes right now would be finding out where Yoshi currently lives.
Yeah. And using, just pausing the game, using their 3 pauses, spending a minute and 30 seconds convincing Yoshi to fix the bug, crashing the game intentionally, and being forced to update the game, and then coming in. Is that what we want?
We really need Hazes to attempt to locate Yoshi. And
Using
then,
their
Do you
dreams.
remember the like hardcore Deadlock bug back in like October, where whenever anyone died, they immediately hard crashed? They need to bring that back. That's really what the Hazes need. The
Yes.
Hazes need these Vypers to crash every single time they die, and their only hope at that would be contacting Yoshi himself.
Yeah. I mean, they can contact Yoshi in their dreams using their abilities as Hazes. For people who don't know, Hazes are very good at getting into other people's dreams and then killing them in their dreams. They wouldn't need to kill Yoshi, they would merely need to threaten him to fix this bug, or something like that, right? We do not advocate for murder in this channel. Except, you know, killing of your opponents. In
Except when it's in a dream world. Because murder in a
Or the
dream
Deadlock
world
match.
isn't actually killing them.
Yes.
I actually don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Now that I
I
think
think
about
like
it,
a
it
common
probably does
plot
kill them.
point.
Because why would the OSIC want someone in dreams if it didn't do that? Now that I
I
think
mean,
about it.
maybe to extract things from dreams. Is that the whole point of Inception, for example? I don't know.
Awesome.
I haven't really thought about how Hazes can win this game this hard. We need to expand their lore capabilities. I mean, the Hazes are still pretty close. Only 4K behind so far. Not a
Yeah,
huge
this is
difference.
a lot closer than I think most people expected. We see a questionable die of Infuser Haze.
Infuser Haze
What
with
what spirit damage
Fudge
is
Haze.
Haze going to be doing? I
Spirit
don't
Strike.
know.
It's Spirit Strike. She's gonna be doing Spirit Strike damage.
Yeah, they really need that 15% spirit lifesteal on that spirit strike. But
Yeah.
other
Spirit
than that,
Strike, Sleep Dagger Hazes. I'm telling you,
I
that's
am
the way out.
stumped at what Haze is going to be doing spirit damage wise with that infuser.
No, dude, Spirit Dagger just does a lot of damage. Like, look at how much damage Dagger does, even with like a mediocre investment. Like, Uni, can you look at it? Like, how much damage does the Dagger do? Yeah, it's 162 damage, which is not an insignificant amount of damage. If you get Echo Shard later on, that's a third of the Viper's whole health. Which is
That's
not a
fair,
lot.
but I think the better buy would be extra spirit, which we do see a lot of on the Haze side.
Push yellow.
Actually, every Haze has extra spirit right now, except for, well, the person who has infuser does have it. It's just that.
He has to
Don't think that's-
infuse.
Yeah, I don't think that's the best usage souls right now, but what do I know?
Yeah, you're not a resident Haze expert. So yeah, it's fine. I mean, I think that if you approach this matchup with the idea that we have to like hyper optimize our Haze builds, you're not going to get anywhere because the fixation problem is too big to surpass. So you can have a very unique thing. So maybe Infuser is one of them. Infuser is still a very, very good item. It's just really, really powerful.
I believe we're about to see a second Guardian go down for the Hazes, which is going to be, well, for the Vyper side. This is going to be very valuable for the Hazes if they get it.
Without a shadow of a doubt. Well, but they're not going to be able to get it.
They just died.
Yeah, it's
I apologize if I jinxed them.
Poor Hazes. Anyhow, it's kind of funny. You try to like slide on the Vypers, but the Vypers just are better at sliding than you are. We do see a little bit of good targeting here. It took a very long time for that Vyper to die. Careful, that Vyper does have spirit armor. I guess it's smart because if the Hazes are forced in the double dagger build, taking spirit armor is just a very smart choice by the Vipers. You know you're not going to die to fixation. We just see a couple of Hazes with max fixation.
We also see an escalating resilience already on the Vipers.
Escalating resilience? For what? What gun damage? Half the Hazes don't have fixation.
I mean, it helps because Vyper shoots out a lot of bullets. Like, I mean, that escalating resilience is going to be immediately maxed out after like a second or two, because Vyper by default shoots out like what, 15, 16 bullets a second? I mean, that's like two and a half seconds just for that 40% bullet armor.
We can check it right now, right?
It definitely doesn't.
Let me figure this out. Well, okay, it has 14.5 bullet damage with 245 DPS. That's like 18, 16 bullets
I can
per second.
actually
You're right.
get the exact number right now. It is exactly 20 bullets per second on the Vyper that has escalating resilience right now. So it's a relatively good buy.
That's a lot. The Hazes are still keeping up pretty well, though. I mean, look at that. They're only 6k behind in this game that was supposed to be a dead game. Give them Ebola, one of the chatter says. I mean, that's what the Vipers are doing, I guess. No.
Yeah, I think...
Yeah, do you see the fixation stacks build on top of the Guardian? Occurs? To me, it seems like...
We're seeing a double ult on the Vyper or here on mid.
Yeah. No, the double ult...
Seeing how little ult damage was dealt, even with 2 ults, I don't think this bodes well for Hazes in fights. Because Haze ult already struggles greatly when it comes to AoE. Because a lot of people don't know this. Haze ult does not function like Reaper ult. Whenever a Haze ults, if there's several people in the ultimate, it will split the shots between every person. So it'll shoot one person at a time.
I love the explanation, but can we talk a little bit about what's happening right now? Mid is being forced. Do we have any max bolas? Can you check for max bolas, Uni? No one has max. Oh, one max bola.
And that is an incredibly early mid by the Vipers.
It just goes to show Vipers have the highest DPS in the game. There's no character that even comes close to the Vipers. Even McGinnis's do not have as much damage as Vipers do. So it doesn't surprise me at all.
I mean, we're seeing some Hazes with DPS numbers as low as 77 right now. And like, Hiddinger has 477 DPS right now. I mean, even with Fixation is only going to be adding like, what, 1 damage? Because Fixation will be constantly just overridden. Not going to be applying any of those like,
metal
big
skin
amounts
there.
of damage.
Very good tech, finally being fixed. Yeah, the Hazes are just not doing enough damage.
Yeah.
Even in this big battle next to the Walker where they should have a huge advantage. Yeah, I mean, like, what are you going to do? Pick your own Haze?
They're only really able to just delay this game, I think.
Yeah, it's just a little bit tough to see. But yeah, the joke that I love making a lot is that Vipers are McGinnises but with stamina, and Wraiths are McGinnises but good. So
Headed to park.
that's like constant joke in these sort of scenarios. Vipers are just so good at outputting damage. But yeah, very, very quick rush now. Vipers have all the tools that they need in their toolkit. We see a Viper with 7,000 souls. Ooh, who is that? Albert Bossman. Nah, needs to go by. Needs to go by very quickly.
Turn is waiting to be claimed.
But yeah, it's gonna be really, really tough for the Hazes to contest these Vipers. They can just rush shrines. I mean, like, who cares if they die?
We see an interesting early buy. We see a lucky shot on Burgundy, which
Lucky
is
shot.
kind of questionable because they don't have many sources of weapon damage right now. I mean, what's that lucky shot really going to do when you don't have that much weapon damage to begin with?
Yeah,
Like
no,
what?
It's a big
It's
problem.
gonna double the 54% weapon damage you have? I mean, I think those souls could have been very much used in better places, such as like intensifying magazine.
Yeah, no, I agree with you wholeheartedly. It's probably best to leave Lucky Shot after you buy Intensifying Mag and a couple of other tools. Maybe even Berserker. Normally not a big ace pick.
Especially because intensifying magazine would have provided 60 weapon damage, but Lucky Shot with its 110% multiplier, with Burgundy only having 54 weapon damage, that's only going to be like what, 59% weapon damage added onto the gun.
Yeah, and
whenever
only a
Lucky Shot triggers?
34% shot, right? So
Yeah.
it's like
It's
not great.
not that great of a buy right now. It will become good as a buy whenever they buy more weapon damage, but right now it's just a questionable buy.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. Anyhow, the second walker is being forced right here. The Hazes are just not able to defend their walkers. It's a very precarious situation for them. And however, we do see a counter push. One of the Hazes. Do you see the fixation stack on top of the walker? Yeah, I think the Hazes still get fixation on objectives, which is pretty good. They really need that. But yeah, getting that walker, getting that flex slot could give the Hazes a little bit of a chance back. Maybe they don't win via fixation, but maybe there's other avenues. Siphon Bullets comes to mind as like maybe a very good avenue, right? Maybe you're just gonna out-aim the Vipers.
I definitely think that this match, even if the Hazes do defend this base push, which is looking unlikely at this current moment, it is going to be a struggle for the Hazes to try and come back from that.
Very, very, very big struggle. Very unfortunate. So yeah, it's just tough to see. The Hazes keep getting caught out, and there's no counterplay for them.
We just saw the final walker for the on the Haze side get pushed, and we saw them get a shrine and weaken patron right here. So this is not looking good for the Hazes.
And the patron was in the wrong position. That's going to be a very quick
it's
dive
gonna be
patron.
fast drop.
The Vipers are just going to force it here. It seems, ladies and gentlemen, we might have the very first, the very second loser of this tournament after Great Town.
Well played.
So yeah, Hazes were doomed from the start. Not the most exciting of games. It's also what was doomed was about 10 hours of my recordings. A couple of matches in the winners bracket that were even recorded, and they're gone now because we have to refilm them. But anyhow, that just means more new, fresh content for you guys. So don't forget to like and subscribe. I love you all. Have a good day.